Hello everybody, this is Steroid Unicorn here, and I am finally back making some videos. I'm back at home, so my internet isn't as good, so I wasn't going to make videos for a little while, and I didn't. But yeah, now I'm back. So today we are on the Runescape testing world where I'm doing all the commands. Unfortunately, I realized I won't be able to use commands, so that's a pretty important thing to look at. If you're trying to make a command creation, you probably should be careful how many you are planning on using, because there's something like 2,000 to 3,000 commands here, and those are too many for a server. You could you can do it on a single player world, and I have. This is a single player world that I'm on right now. But if you want to do it on a server, you cannot do this many, or you will have extreme lag. As you can see on the screen right now, this is how laggy it is on the server with the commands on. When I have the commands turned off, it's just a normal server. You can do things normally. But yeah, obviously you do not want your players to have to deal with this while they're playing on your server. So I am thinking about, in the next little while, probably the next month or two, I'm going to go around this world and I'm going to show you guys all the commands that I have done. Because even though I can't use them, I have put countless hours into it, like hundreds and hundreds of hours into making these commands, and they work pretty well. So I do want to show you guys these commands. So I'll be going, each video I'll cover probably one major section, you know, like maybe mining one day and maybe spells the next day. Maybe I'll do a video on textures and stuff like that, because I have done textures on all these weapons. If you want to see how I did stuff like these staffs right here, or like this, what's this? A bronze warhammer, or like a bronze battle axe right there. You know, it's pretty cool. So yeah, maybe I'll do a video on that, and we'll just kind of go through what it takes to actually make a map from scratch, because this is my first time doing this, but I have learned a whole lot from it. So yeah, but let's get right into it. Alright, so today we are going to be covering my spell system that I made. I think it's pretty unique compared to a lot of other spell systems. Most of them use mana or something like that. Most of them don't use consumable items. And most of them also have a different staff for a different spell, which is also unique to my magic system. So it's kind of complex. If you've ever played RuneScape, you probably understand it. But right here I have all the different runes in the game. From water runes all the way over to death runes at the end here. Actually, cosmic runes are at the end. There is death runes though. So basically what you want to do is you have these books in your hotbar, and you'll go into it. You can see attack, strength, defense. That's what melee combat you want to train. You can click on those, or you go to spell select. It's a little bit wonky right now. Because of the texture pack I made. It's a little bit offset. It usually, like when I made it, it was all individual lines, but it's not perfect right now. But still, you can still click each one. So if we want wind strike, we can go like this, and now you can use any of these staves for wind strike. Even though there's a staff of air, you would think you could only do it with the staff of air, but no, you can do it with any one. The only difference is that the staff of air will not use air runes. So you need air runes and mind runes normally to cast airstrike, right? So we just selected airstrike. So what we want to do is, want to go over here, is a regular staff, right? And you'll see it'll cast a bolt of air out basically, and you'll see each time it'll remove one of each of the runes down there. Now if we go to a staff of air, you'll see it'll only remove the mind rune, because this staff counts as an air rune basically. Which I think is pretty cool, and it does that for each elemental spell, right? So if we go to, let's say, Earth Strike, so Earth Strike I believe is you just need Earth runes and those two, if I'm correct. You can see like that, it'll cast the Earth Strike, and it'll use up all 3 runes. Just put that there. So it'll use up all 3 runes, just like that. 2 Earth runes and 1 of each of the other 2. Which is pretty expensive, which is probably why you would want to use a Staff of Earth. So you just go like this, and you cast it like that, and it'll only use up 2 runes instead of the 4 runes that it would normally take, which I think is pretty cool. And this is obviously the same for fire and water. You can see the effects for each one if you would like to see those. They're just normal vanilla Minecraft effects. I haven't done anything special to them, but that's Water Strike. It's just kind of a cool little stream of water that goes forwards, and it'll kill anything in its path like that. Not kill necessarily, but that was a cow, so it was pretty weak. It does damage. So if you get a zombie pigman, that's not how you spell zombie pigman, right there. So if we get a zombie pigman egg, we put it down, and I think the Earth Strike and anything higher than Earth Strike will instantly kill it, but if we go to Wind Strike, you can see 3, 4. So it takes 4 hits to kill a baby pigman like that. I'm not sure if baby pigmen actually have more health or not. But yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. So there is also a spell cooldown to the spells, so that you can't just spam click them as fast as possible. Because people with a rapid fire button or something like that on their mouse probably could, you know, do some crazy damage with that. So that's not really fair. So I put a spell cooldown in there. I think it's something like 1.5 seconds or something like that. So you can see right there. So I'm holding down my right click button, and you can see it's only shooting every about 1.5 seconds. And now I'm clicking as fast as possible. Still only so. So I think that's pretty cool, and that stops people from, you know, if they're using an auto clicker or something like that, from exploiting that. There's also a wind bolt. Actually, there's all the different elements bolts here. So wind, water, earth, fire. And each one has a slightly different animation than the normal straightforward strike, right? So you have all your strikes, and then you have your bolts as an upgraded version of each of the strikes, basically. You need to be at a higher level to use them. And each one of them has a different animation for it, so if you can watch as I cast it, you'll see it'll kind of zigzag forwards. Like so. If I fly up, you can kind of see the zigzag, which, you know, I think that's a pretty cool look to it. Now, I'm not going to show you in this video anyway how I did this, but if you check, this has 60 commands. You know, that only has 4, but this has 32. Let's see, this has another 60, and this has 32 as well. So over here, there's already like 200 commands just for this alone, so I'm not going to definitely show you how to do that today. A lot of them are repetitive commands because a lot of the spells are basically the same thing, just have different requirements and stuff like that. So I can show you the base spell formula, basically, how to do it. But I'm going to show you that in a different video, probably. But yeah, so that's going to be it for today, guys. If you want to see more of the RuneScape world, there is a ton of stuff to show you here. If you want to see more of it, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, comment, all that stuff, so I can know that people actually want to see this stuff. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.